Each year, approximately 500 teacher candidates from Lakehead University's Faculty of Education head into classroom-based placements that support their transition from student to teacher. Teacher candidates participate in 4 full-time 25 to 30-day placements for a total of 105 days of practice teaching during their 2-year pre-service program.
What would associate teachers want to know about the first placement in year 1 of the 2-year program? Well, the first thing is there are 5 weekly observation days. They occur once per week for 5 consecutive weeks beginning in the month of October. What is an active observation day? Well, students come in and they will examine routines, strategies, how the day is organized. They'll get to know the students in the classroom as well as the AT and just soak up the energy in the environment that the associate teacher has created within that room. This will be followed by a 20-day teaching block, which will occur during November and December. These students are brand new to the program, so they will co-plan and co-teach their lessons with the associate teacher at the beginning of this placement. Now, depending on the candidate's readiness, as well as the needs of the learner, and we must bear in mind that the learner's needs are paramount, these candidates will work their way up to teaching 50 to 66% of the lessons in placement 1. Is the second placement in year 1 the same as the first? Well, there are similarities as well as differences. Once again, there are 5 active observation days. This time they begin in February and stretch into March. This is followed by a 25-day teaching block, which gives the candidates a total of 30 days for this second placement. The grade level and/or subject areas in this one may be new to them as they are still relatively new to the program. Therefore, the AT will provide guided support. Later in the placement, however, the candidates are expected to plan and teach lessons independently or with minimal guidance. Now, depending on the readiness of the candidates and the needs of the learners, they will gradually work their way up to teaching 80 to 100% of the lessons in the second placement.
In Year 2, Placements 3 and 4, teacher candidates complete a 25-day placement in 2 different host classrooms. Placements usually take place in November and December, as well as March and April. Active observation time is incorporated into the first week of placement. Teacher candidates are expected to work up to planning and teaching 100% of the time independently. Not all candidates seek to teach in traditional classroom settings. In Year 2, Placement 4, teacher candidates can apply to complete an alternative placement. Teacher candidates have a choice of placement options. For the March and April placement of 25 days, teacher candidates will teach for 100% of the time in one of the 4 possible locations. The first option is to choose to teach in a traditional classroom. Alternatively, teacher candidates can apply to complete their final placement in a non-traditional context in Ontario, such as a special education setting, a museum, an outdoor education location, or a location suggested by the teacher candidates themselves. Teacher candidates may select to complete this placement in a remote Northern Ontario school setting. Teacher candidates could apply to teach outside of Ontario in another province, or alternatively, complete this placement in an international setting such as China or the United Kingdom.
Similarities across the teaching and learning experiences offered at the Faculty of Education and in placement classrooms help teacher candidates develop a strong, coherent vision of what it means to be a professional classroom teacher. The role of the associate teacher is essential to developing and maintaining this shared vision. Ongoing professional development to support teacher candidates, associate teachers, and administrators supports consistency across the messages teacher candidates receive. The short, informative modules presented here are designed to share useful information and consistent expectations to better support aspiring members of our profession and their associate teacher members.